Alrighty, we're going to try this today without the lapel mic. Welcome back to Mayhem's Garage, where I am donning the new Master of Mayhem, Maximum Mayhem shirt. It's been a day. Today, I'm going to go ahead. It's raining like crap outside. I'm not really going to get much done, but I'm going to try and get this off and cut this front end loose and go from there. I've already spent time getting the computer hooked up, got the monitor mounted, got everything. Let me move this. It seems like it's too close. That seems better. I could have just moved the car. I mean, but I went and got the computer all set up, ready to go so I could stream live, hooked it all up, and because of weather, my signal coming from the house to the garage wasn't strong enough to boost. So, no internet. Next problem to solve. But at least the monitor is mounted. Let me see if I can show you all this. I got the monitor mounted up there, the little portable computer. Everything is set up and ready to go, so we are cooking with gas and hoping for the best. So, now that we've got air pressure, let's go ahead and zip this thing off, take a few more measurements, make some marks, and then cut this front end off. It will be a little noisy. I'm not using the lapel mic, so hopefully it's not that loud. Hopefully the sound is going to come out pretty good as far as my voice. I do have a directional mic I could have put on the camera, but I don't know. It seems like this stuff's loud enough, and we really don't want to blow y'all's speakers out. So let's do what we got to do. It's the right size. Bolt on the bottom is bigger. I should have thought about that. But I'm having one of those days. There we go. Yeah. Feels like a Monday. So yeah, it's a big project. Big project, gonna take a little bit of time and a whole lot of money. But I look at it this way, it's worth doing. A lot of sentimental value in this old beast. fun part will be once I get it all put back together. Unless I get pulled over and taken to jail a lot, but you know. Hopefully I won't be doing that type of dumb shit. Because Lord knows I did enough of that as a young man. Yeah, I bought these shirts thinking, hey, it'd be nice to wear one of these. Because like I said, the car is going to be called Maximum Mayhem. It's not going to be a drag race car or nothing like that. I'm just going to try and make it look like the one that's on the video game that I drove. The one on the game was a fastback, but I didn't own a fastback. When I was growing up, this thing came along. A buddy of mine worked at a garage. He calls me up one day. He says, hey, Dave, you wanted a... I just doxed myself. I'll blurt that out. He says, hey, you want a Mustang coupe? I was like, what's in it? He says, it's got a 302 in it, but the guy had someone do the carburetor on it, and it had a leak and caught fire and burned the hood and the wires and the carburetor up and all that shit. And I was like, sure. How much do you want? He said, dude says $75, it's yours. I said, I'll be right there. So I got in my other car, hauled ass up there. I had a 66 Mustang before this. That was the one Dad bought me for my first car. And it was a 6-cylinder. And, you know, you can't hot rod a 6-cylinder. You'd be silly. Well, you couldn't back then. Nowadays, you can get superchargers and all that shit for them, you know. So I went up, picked this thing up, put my tags on it, called AAA, had AAA come get it, tow it back to my house. I just happened to have, it was a 2-barrel at first. I just happened to have a 2-barrel, V8 wires, all that stuff. And put the 2-barrel carburetor on there, new set of wires, fired right up. And drove it around the yard, said, hell yeah. After that, I just started working on it and building. So that was, shit, right after I turned 16. About 16 and a half, I think it was. Maybe 17. 16 and a half, I think. So, you know, did what I had to do and got her done. I played around with that motor for a while, like a dumb young man would. Ended up blowing it up. Built another motor. And that motor blew the transmission out. So, new transmission. I finally got smart and started researching how to build these things and do what you had to do, you know. And got the thing to where it ran real good. Made a little bit of money with it, street racing. Not that I condone it, but back then that's what people did, you know. And had a ball with it. Got married, my first wife. Drove it for a while with her. And, you know, I had my Honda Prelude and all that shit back then. And she kept telling me, we don't have the money, we don't have the money. Now, I'm working a good job. I was working for the phone company. I was getting plenty of hours. I had a ton of money coming in. I was paying for a new car. I was supporting the family, paying for all the bills in the house. She didn't really have much of a job. They barely paid her bills. And went from there. So think I'm going to have to clean that out a little bit. When I painted it, I got paint in there and it messed up the slide. Great. That measurement's 63 1/4. Alrighty, I've already done a bunch of measurements. Trying to think of what else I should measure to. I've already done bolt measurements from center of this one to there, center of this one to here. Same thing on that other side. I've got the factory measurements that I can do that are in the book, but that comes when I start doing the actual framework. I've measured from center hole here to the center top hole over there, and the back hole here, and to the center of the back hole over there. So kind of tie all that in. I've got frame rail measurements between everything from this car, and compared them to factory, and they're right about close. So like I said, when I had this thing tweaked back to original, when I tweaked the frame back in the day, and the frame man did the work, he got it really good, and it hasn't changed since, which with all the rust and the driving that I did with it, I'm surprised. All right, now we need to figure out where we're going to cut this. The bad thing is I really don't have a way of measuring and marking straight down the whole thing. I mean, it doesn't matter because I'm going to replace all this shit forward anyway. I just need to get it cut off to where I can slide the rotisserie up in that frame, as I showed in previous video, and drill holes and bolt the rotisserie to it and hope to God that it's strong enough to hold it in place. So, let us see, where's my marker? I had a paint marker. No, I have not drank. That's my first beer, and I've only had a few sips out of it so far. Got the beer fridge in. It's holding Very nice. The beer is coming out at 38 degrees, so nice and chilly. Oh, come on. Let's see if it's in the other box. I need to get one big box and put all the tools in. I guess I'm gonna have to go down to the parts store and buy a couple of new paint markers and put them where I can find them. I'm gonna try using either an indelible marker and a crayon. The crayons work pretty good. It gives me a mark. Yeah. So $10.
That's what she said.
And now the fun part. Got to dig out the cut saw. Sawzall, I should say. So I moved all this shit around so that I could get more room to walk around the lift. The bad thing is, I moved it all around and put it in the way of getting stuff off the shelves. When we built this garage, we should have built it a little bit bigger. You know, maybe 30 feet wide, maybe 45 feet long or 50 feet long. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, where's my long blades? I can guarantee you, Jaeger's not going to be happy with me when I start cutting this. It'll probably be a little loud. I would have left him at the house watching TV because he loves watching TV, but he would have also been mad because I left him there. fun part with cutting this, I'm going to cut down to where I hit the frame rail here. Cut down over there till I hit the frame rail over there. Jack stand it. Cut down through most of the frame rail, and then slowly just let it kind of tilt over. My engine hoist is buried way back up behind the toolboxes, and I don't feel like digging it out today, so actually I might just use jacks. It might be easier. Well, man, it's going to be noisy. You might want to go find another place. You know what? Forethought. We don't want that falling down onto the wire, cutting it, and having a mess. Okay, so we're going to need a lock, I think. All right, forgive the noise. When I get this into editing, I'll try and drown out the noise or fast forward through this part so you don't have to hear it all. But you know, say la vie. Well, like butter. I'm committed now. You ever have those days where you just want to yell obscenities? And there is nothing I can do with this blade to fix it. Well, I might be able to do a little grinding and customizing to make it work again. And we'll put it off to the side. I mean, it ain't that old. I know. All you home builders out there and the people that use these things every day, should have bought a Milwaukee blade. Should have bought a Diablo. Man, I am not going to spend $10 for one blade and possibly have it break like that too. To me, that just doesn't make sense. So, hopefully I'll get some comments put in. Haven't seen a lot of comments on the other videos. I figured there'd be at least a few negative ones. Especially from the Chevy guys who are like, don't waste your time on that thing. But I've been there. I've built Chevys, Camaro. I had a Camaro. I had a Monza. What was that other old beast I had? A Belvedere. And I've had Duster Demon. My dream car before I bought this, because Dad was a Corvette guy, and he had a bunch of Corvettes. The car I really wanted back then, because of his influence, I wanted a 63 split window Corvette. But those things are ridiculously high on money, and maintenance was expensive. So, fuck that. Well, that block didn't help too good, did it? Oh, shit. Yeah, you go find a place. You're going to get all up in the way and end up getting hurt. I know you want to be right up under Daddy's feet. But find a place. Go lay down. You got your mat over there. Go lay on your mat. Yeah, amazingly, that frame was pretty strong. Cutting through it. A lot stronger than I thought it would be. That's a good thing. Okay, people, bad shit's getting ready to happen. Let's see if this thing's still recording. I had issues with the camera before. Yep, says it is. I wish it would go beep when it stops. Right, it doesn't. Have a whole lot of wishes. Now the big fear is that when the weight comes off the front end, hopefully the car doesn't flip over backwards. If it does, it's mayhem's garage. What do you expect, right? Okay, go find a place. Go on, go lay down. Move. Chop, chop. Wonder how strong my back is. Looks like it's strong enough.